So some questions from the text would be, why Horton wanted to save the person on the speck of dust? Why do you think Horton was saving the person? And who was Sir Kangaroo? And why she doesn't believe Horton? Why she didn't believe Horton? So you need to answer these two questions. Now let's see what happened next. So the kangaroos plunged into the cool of the pool, means they jumped into the pool or dived in. Okay, with reference to this context, it is the appropriate word. What a terrible splashing! The elephant frowned. Okay, I can't let my very small persons great, droned. I have got to protect them. I'm bigger than they. So he plucked up the clover and hustled away. Then, through the high jungle tree tops, the news quickly spread. He talks to a dust speck. He's out of his head. Just look at him walk with that speck on that flower. And Horton walked worrying almost for an hour. Should I put this speck down? Horton thought with an alarm. If I do, these small persons may come to great harm. I can't put it down, and I won't after all. A person's a person, no matter how small. Then what happened? See, the kangaroos, without believing Horton, she was not believing Horton, and without worrying about what will happen to the small person in the speck of dust, who lives in the speck of dust, she jumped into the pool along with the baby kangaroo. Then the water started splashing and Horton got worried because the dust of speck was so small, very small, like if you will see, can you see? No, you cannot. So let me put it. Yes, it now came. So see how small it would be, like the head of my pen. Okay, so this small pin, like you can see how small it is. So how could a person or more than one person live inside a dust speck as small as this pin? So if I'll give you the idea, so the dust speck will be this much small. So can you imagine a full town in it? So the Sir Kangaroo was not believing. Actually, if you see with the eyes of the Sir Kangaroo, there was a right reason to not believe. Here, we cannot describe Sir Kangaroo as a bad person. Okay, so it is not logical that a small person would live or many small persons would be in a speck of dust this small or maybe smaller than it. So the elephant frowned. Okay, the elephant become worried, and what he was thinking, that the small persons will be drawn, okay, inside this water. So this water was enough to drown the small animal, okay, or the small persons who are living in the speck of dust. So he plucked, means picked up the flower, that is the clover flower, this one, and he started hustled away, means walking quickly. Okay, so moving quickly. And the news actually was spread in the among the animals that Horton was talking to a speck of dust. So he is out of his head. Out of his head means the acting which was Horton was doing, means when nobody was able to see any person, microscopic persons on that speck of dust. So they were believing that Horton has gone mad. So they were gossiping, and when he was walking with the speck of dust talking, they were looking on that speck of flower, trying to figure out what is actually happening. And they were seeing a worried elephant walking here and there, and what happened, the Horton was worrying about, that this speck is so small and the people are very small. So how could he put this speck down and what will happen to them? So he was worried about his small friends. So what he believed, that a person, even if the smallest person or smallest being in this planet, has a right to live. So it should be considered as a person. Then Horton stopped walking. The speck voice was talking. The voice was so faint that he could barely hear it. "My friend," came the voice, "you are a very fine friend. You have..." Now, the speck of dust again started talking to Horton, and he has to stop because the voice was very, very, very faint and he has to carefully listen. So he stopped walking and the voice was addressing him again. What he was telling him? He was telling him, "Friend, you are our friend. You are worrying about us too much. So much that you are never letting anybody to cause us any harm. So you are a very fine friend. Very good friend." Fine means good here. "You have helped all our folks on this dust speck." So that means there are many people on this dust speck. Folk means people. "You have saved all our houses, our ceilings and floors." So they were not only people, but their houses were there, their ceilings were there, and their floor was there. That means the dust speck is actually a town. Or wait, maybe bigger. "So you have saved our churches and grocery stores." My goodness. "You mean?" Horton gasped. Okay, he took a breath with astonishment. Okay. We are also astonished now. How could there be buildings and churches and grocery stores, a full town like in a small point? The voice again said, "I know," called the voice. "I am too small to be seen. But I am the mayor of the town that is friendly and clean." So now see Horton, how much astonished he is to know that he is actually talking with the mayor of the town, and which is a very clean town. Okay. "Our buildings to you would seem terribly small, but to us who aren't big, they are wonderfully tall. My town is called Whoville." Now